Okay, so we are recording, and let me put it back on everybody view until we have Rebekah talk. Okay, so it is Team Call Tuesday, January 10th, 2017. That's crazy. And our local team has not went to Super Saturday yet. We are traveling to Lincoln this weekend. And if anybody wants to carpool, we need to get that set up. So I might post in Rev or somewhere, but let me know. But our awesome Rebekah Dixon has already went to a Super Saturday, and she started to share a whole bunch of things the other night when we were chatting. I'm like, wait, stop. Like, you need to share this on a team call. These are awesome tips. So get out a pen and paper, take some notes, get excited. This is a new year. Remember, this is your business. You can do anything you want to do in your business, set it up how you want to set it up. We continue to share ideas and tips and motivation so that you can decide what works for you. I just listened to the National Wake Up Call today. It was really, really good. Make sure you listen to it. When Melanie Mitro speaks, you listen. And she was very motivating. I need to listen again and write down notes. I was listening in the car. So make it a habit this year. I know that's one of my goals, is to not miss a National Wake Up Call. So I'm going to turn it over to Rebekah, and I'm excited to hear about your Super Saturday.
Okay. Yes, please make sure you have a paper and pen, because I'm going to give you a lot of stuff that you can, it's practical stuff, things that you can implement right now into your challenge group. So I sat down today, and after talking with Kim last night, I jotted a few notes about things I wanted to share, and then decided to just kind of share with you the biggest takeaway that I had from Super. Now, we had ours on Sunday, so Super Saturday, Sunday. But it was great because it was a really practical application day. Just a lot of things that we can implement right now. And I love stuff like that. So this is like my biggest takeaway, because I'm implementing these things right now into my challenge group. And so I kind of titled this thing, rocking your challenge group to grow rock star coaches. We want that. We want our challenge group to be a place where coaches will grow and come out of. But you need to do specific activities in order to do that. And I haven't been doing them. Listening to the information I got on Sunday was really opened my eyes to the things that I need to be doing more of, the things I need to be doing now, the things I haven't been doing that I should be doing that are really simple to apply. So that's what I'm going to talk about. First of all, we're going to step back, to the very beginning. When someone first decides that they want to work with you, that they need your help with reaching health and fitness goals, when you get your client started, what do you do? And this is something that I thought was genius. Don't really know why. We never really thought about it before. Maybe you have, maybe you do this, but for me, I don't. But you have a GSR call with your new client. You have a getting started right call with them, and you get them on Zoom. And there's a purpose for that. But you get them on a Zoom call, and then you go over things that they need to, so that they start off right. And now, in the past, I've usually just sent them, we talk on Messenger, we're communicating. I've sent them a lot of information in email before. I've even posted, live videos, or done a video and posted in like the group before the group actually starts, but you never have that guarantee that everyone's watching it, that they really are getting their questions answered. So if you schedule a call with them within 24 to 48 hours of them ordering their challenge pack or ordering their fitness program with you, set up a GSR call, get them on Zoom. Now, why Zoom? One, because it's personal. It's face-to-face time. Two, because it already starts them in an activity that a coach does. You get on a Zoom call with someone, and you have a getting started right call with your client and with your coach. So it's one activity that you're already helping them do if they were to become a coach later, okay? So in this call, what do you talk about? You have usually, the coach that shared said it usually takes her about 20 to 30 minutes. Now you can shorten that, you can, have it go 30 minutes long, but these are the topics that you want to cover. So make sure that you get through these topics, and you're gonna know, everybody's different from client to client. If they've already shared some of these things with you, you can just bring them up, reiterate them, and then move on to the next thing. So maybe someone's call would be shorter than another, but around 20 to 30 minutes, maybe allot that time, and then you can adjust that depending on what you think you'll need. So you're gonna talk about short-term and long-term goals with them. And I love this because short-term, obviously, we're in 1 month. We're focusing on the new month of January, this new year, starting off the year right. So get them started right into the challenge group, okay? Focus on a short-term goal that they really want to accomplish this month with you. But then take it a step further and talk about their long-term goal. And I love this because of the whole Beachbody on-demand, all-access thing going on. Everybody's focusing now on a longer-term, what can I do for health and fitness more long-term? Rather than just having this one challenge group for a month, what can I do with them that's long-term? So go ahead and help them start thinking about that from the beginning so that they already have them implemented in their brain. This is going to be longer than just 30 days. We want to help you create a lifestyle of healthy living. So talk about short and long-term goals. Make sure that, the practical things. You talk about their before photos, how to do that, what types of photos they need to take. There's some great resources, of pictures that they can show them exactly how to stand if they really want to do all those poses because they want to enter the Beachbody Challenge. Have them do that. Walk them through how to do that, but make sure that they take them. And then make sure that they take their measurements, the practical things that they need to do at the beginning of a challenge group when they're getting started. This is also the perfect time to explain the challenge group to them. They've never been in a fitness accountability group with you before. Explain what it's like. Even if they have been in a group with you before, explain what this one is going to be like. So walk them through the process of, okay, there's going to be daily motivation and daily tips posted in there. My expectation is that you check in each day, to the group, not only for your own accountability, but so that you can really be an inspiration to others. We're all in this together. We're a team. I love this. I found this picture. It says, it's an acronym for team, but it's together, everyone achieves more. And I love that. I've been using that in my challenge group this month because I want everybody to just have this sense of community where we're in this together, where nobody's getting left behind. We're all going at this together. So make sure you are talking to your new client about that type of atmosphere and how they can contribute to that atmosphere. So you want to check in every day. You want to and comment on posts that other participants make because you know how much it means to you when someone likes and comments on your post. So do that to them. Let's develop this sense of community and let's support one another in the group. So explain the ins and outs of your challenge group, whatever you have going on that month, whatever the focus is, talk about that. Make sure they know about the files section, and this goes for the app group or for a Facebook group, but make sure they understand that there's a files group there, or a file section where they can find resources available to them. Here's the cool thing. If you're on a Zoom call with them, you can screen share right from your Zoom call. So if someone is unfamiliar with how to find the files section in your Facebook group, show them right there. You can screen share and you can show them exactly where to find stuff. If they are unsure how to add their group to their favorites, then you can do that right with them on the phone so they know exactly what to do. I just love the idea of having a Zoom call with them. Besides, being able to talk face to face, you get to actually show them stuff if you need to. You can pull out your 21-day fix book and walk through the calculations with them and show them how to do all of that, answer all of their questions. So I think a Zoom call is great. So talk about the ins and outs of your challenge group. Make sure that they have all of their meal planning and preparation ideas ready to go. I posted in my group just yesterday. I was searching around because at Super they told us that one of the coaches mentioned there's tons of resources. I know the Beachbody blog has tons of stuff, but she said, did you know that there are meal plans in there for every category, every calorie bracket in there? And so I went searching. And sure enough, there are like 5 or 6 meal plans for every calorie bracket already there. So I created, because I'm in the Challenge Tracker app, you have to create a PDF in order to download a file or upload a file there. So I just put the links in on a Word document, saved it as a PDF, and uploaded that to the file section of my Challenge Tracker group. So now they have all of these meal plan ideas at their fingertips. And we're going to get into this a little later, but my group is set up for the entire year. It's not just for the month of January. I already have it in there where we're 360 some days. So it's set up for the entire year. So no matter when I add people in this month, no matter when I add people in this year, they're going to be able to go to that file section and find those same tools and resources. They won't have to scroll through anything. I will also sometimes post it as well in the feed so people, can see it, but I'm going to say, hey, it's also in the file section. If you want a quick resource, go there. So just explain the ins and outs of that. Make sure they're meal planning, they're, nutrition calculations, all that kind of stuff is good. You're going over all of this in that getting started right call with them. And then important at the very end, you want to ask them these 2 questions. So the first question is, who else will support you besides me in reaching your goals? You want to know a little bit about what life is like for them and at home, who they're surrounded with or surrounded by. Do they have somebody at home that is completely on board and going to be supportive, maybe doing it with them, but just not in the group with them? What type of support do they have? Or do they have the opposite of that? Do they have everybody against them, constantly telling them, you've tried things before, you're not gonna be able to do this one either. You need to know that because that's your job as a coach. You need to support them in the best way possible. So that's the first question. Who else will support you besides me to reach your goals? The second question is, what type of support do you need from me as your coach? What type of support do you need from me as your coach? By asking that question, you are allowing them to share with you exactly what it is that they need from you, why they joined your group. Do they need the community, and do they need a friend to come alongside them, just believe in them? Do they need somebody to be a planner, how to do this? That was me. I knew that I would have support at home, but I didn't know how. I was missing the how to. I needed somebody to literally give me this is what you do, and I would do it. So what is it that they need from you as a coach? And then, with that, set up a weekly, bi-monthly, once a week, whatever it is. But I think if you're in a challenge group with somebody, I believe you should be following up with them at least once a week. If they need more than that from you, are you willing to do that for your client? There was a coach there that actually messages or emails her coach or her customers every single day in her challenge group. If they say, I need a daily text from you just to remind me, or just to keep me on track, or just to remind me I'm not alone, she does that. Now, that might seem like a lot for some of you if you have a ton of clients, but it's something to think about. So make sure that you're offering them your availability. Let them know what your availability is, but then let them, ask them, what do you need from me? Do you need a daily voice message? Or do you need me to check up with you midweek and see how things are going? When is a good time that we can have a standing appointment? I have a client, she's in Canada, and I've been working with her for on and off, very off for a while, and she's finally back in the group. And so I just decided, let's set up a standing appointment for every, what day of the week is good for you? Let's have a standing weekly check-in. And she was like, that would be so great. She said, what about Mondays? I'm good Monday at this time. And so I said, absolutely, it's in my calendar. Let's do it. So I have a weekly standing appointment with her, and she messaged me on Monday, and she said, you know what? I know we're supposed to have our appointment. I know we're supposed to hop on a call, but she said, I'm not starting for a week, but I just want to tell you, here's my plan for the week. And she let me know what she was doing to get ready for next week's start. I gave her a few suggestions, and she said, okay, I'll check with you next Monday, make sure I've done these things. I said, okay. But it's great because you start to develop this trust with your client more than just throwing them in a group. So there's that one-on-one, which you really want to establish, bringing somebody onto your coaching team. They need to know that they can trust you and depend upon you to help them. So those are things you go over in a getting started right call with your client. Get them started right with their program and in the group. The next thing you're going to do to help your challenge group be a breeding ground for coaches, dare I say that? It sounds kind of weird, but a garden to grow coaches. Is that better? You want to have practical resources. So one of the biggest things is meal plans, and I already shared with you where I found a bunch. But have those meal plans in there ready at the get-go so that people can plan and prepare, and you can give your best tips on how you meal plan and how you prepare. So have sample meal plans in the group. Again, go to the Beachbody blog for stuff. Oh my gosh, they've got so much stuff. In fact, I just found tonight, because I had a customer message me saying, I have the snack attack mid-afternoon. I have no idea what to do. I'm like a crazy person, and I'm trying to have good, healthy snacks, but they're not satisfying me. And so I'm like, well, it could be you're eating. You need something a little more, with more fiber, something that'll fill you up longer. But I just went to Beachbody blog, and I'm like, there's got to be something there about snacks. Sure enough, I found these, they're called snack boxes, these 5 different types of snack boxes you can make. They look like enough for a meal, but they even have the container count. So you know exactly what you're eating. And they have healthy recipes for chips if you want to have chips with the snack box, or there's the healthy ranch recipe for the dip. I mean, it's got it all there. So I just sent her that link and said, hey, I found this. And then I just went ahead and shared it in my challenge group as well, because I thought somebody else is going to need this too. So just start sharing value and adding value. They're going to understand that your groups are a place where they can find information that they need. All right, number 3, you want to schedule your posts. You want to start scheduling your posts in advance. If you don't do this, start doing this. If you're using the Challenge Tracker app, you can do that right from the portal. It's very easy. You can even pull up all of the challenge group guides that Beachbody provides right from the app, and then you can upload whatever you want. You can personalize them, add some information to them, but use them and schedule your posts. Schedule them out. I mean, I'm going for a week. I'm doing a week at a time, because I don't want to do them beyond that, and here's why. For me, I want to do a week because I want to make sure that I am posting things that are relevant to the atmosphere of the group and relevant to what they're going through. If people keep asking questions about, let's say we're starting, right? People are asking questions about meal planning and snack ideas and different recipes. I'm going to be posting more about that. I'm posting more about clean eating and things like that. If people are really finding that they're super sore and they can't get through their workouts, or that, I'm going to start posting about things that, there's a recover that really helps you through more intense workouts. But you want to be posting relevant things to your group. Otherwise, it's going to feel like they're going to feel that what you're posting isn't fitting with them. It's not helping them, and you're there to make sure that you're helping your challengers. So post things that are relevant, but schedule your post out as much as you can, so that when you have time during the day, you're following up and you're checking in, and you're not worried about trying to figure out what to post. But you can have more of a balanced day if you already have that out of the way. You can be more present in your group. And that's important, because people need to know that you're actually there. Doesn't mean you're in Facebook or on your Challenge Tracker app all day long, but you're checking in with them and you're actually able to read and find their posts. So schedule your posts. And if you don't have the app group going, you want to do Facebook. We've mentioned Hootsuite. Kim, help me. I think Sendable is another one that people use.
Did you say Postcron? That's the one I use.
Postcron, that's another one. I knew there was another one. Yeah. So I think maybe you have to, I haven't used Sendable, but I think you might have to pay for Sendable. I'm not sure. But there are several different ones you can choose from. So go and find the one that works for you. I use Hootsuite for Facebook, and I just schedule them right from the portal for the Challenge Tracker app. I think I said this before, but be original in your posts. Personalize them in some way. Copying and pasting what Beachbody's already provided is fantastic content, but personalize them in some way. Maybe in the beginning of that post, say a little bit about, what your day is going to be like, or when you're planning to get your workout in, or what you're planning to eat that day. Make it personal, and then share that information. So be original. Don't reinvent the wheel, but just add your flair to it. All right, number 4, big important one. You want to get people results, right? We want to get people results. And my heart this month is to get people results more than any other challenge group I've ever been in. I don't know why. Maybe because I need them so much myself. I want to help them succeed in their goals. So I am doing one-on-one calls with them, and I am checking up with them a lot actually during this first week, because I want to make sure everybody's getting started off on the right foot. You want to keep your challengers engaged. You want to keep them active in the group. And there are several things you can do to do that. The first way, we talked about this before, you can use a point system and have different activities or challenges that they do that will earn them points to win prizes or just to have recognition. But think simple. Don't always think you have to give away a cookbook or you have to give away a program or something like that. Water bottles, notebooks. You want people to kind of have some personal reflection or just a nutrition journal. So give away a little notebook. Funky socks. There's Shakeology hair ties. There's, just like a bunch of different things, a packet of Shakeology. Whatever it is, you get to decide. Recipe cards. I'm still one that uses recipe cards. I don't know if a lot of people do, but I do. So I thought recipe cards, or a pack of thank you notes or pretty stationery. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, but just you can use a point system to get people to be engaged. But you have to know your clients as well. If somebody is not into competing, then that's probably not going to be something that's going to engage a lot of your group. But if the majority of your group is, then they'll participate. Another thing you can do is run, like we talked about, run little challenges within your challenge group. And these can vary. Now, here's where I want to expand your mind, because this is what kind of blew me out of the water. I just didn't think about it this way. Instead of doing like the wall sit challenge or the push-up challenge, why not do a personal development challenge where they have to read something, go and find something inspirational and share it with the group? Because that's going to start helping them function like a coach would. We're finding inspirational things and sharing it with other people. And maybe they have to say, maybe another challenge would be, go post on your Facebook wall what was so inspiring about this and share that video on your personal wall. That's stuff that coaches do all the time. So you're helping them engage in coach-like activities before they've ever become a coach. So when they do become a coach, then they're already going to know what they're doing. You can say, you've already been doing all this stuff anyway. You might as well just join my team. So these are some different activities you can do within your challenge group to help them function as a coach without them really realizing they're doing this. You can also have challengers give shout outs to other challengers. So instead of you being the one to recognize everybody, have your challengers recognize other people. Get them recognizing stuff. I know, Christy, right? I never thought of that before. And I'm like, duh. Why not do that? Like, I really need to grow in recognition. So I'm going to have the whole group do it. And man, there's something about when you are looking for the good in other people. Isn't that just so fun when you're really just focused on the good in other people and building other people up? You feel so built up yourself by doing that. So get them engaged in that kind of activity and help them start recognizing the amazing work that their other, participants in the group are doing. Be a friend on the other end. So don't just be coach, be a friend. So want to know about their kids and what their kids are doing and what their work, is like, or what's going on at home, what activities or events they've got coming up, and then follow up with them about those events, birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. Know about them. Know if they're going to be having surgery. Know if they had a loss in the family. Know if they got a new pet. Be a friend on the other end. Share your journey and be real with them. Be real about who you are. Yes, we all want to be rock star coaches, but that doesn't mean we're perfect. And we still fall off the wagon, and we still have those nights where we just binge eat because we like chips and salsa so much, and just things like that. So share that with them, relate to them, and let them know, I'm no different than you. I'm trying to make this a lifestyle change too, and it's tough sometimes, but we're going to do this together. We're going to figure it out, and I'm going to love you regardless, and we're going to do this. But be real with them and just be their friend. What this does is it sets, thinking you as them being a coach in the future, it sets the precedent that they can be real, that they don't have to be perfect, that they can do what you do, and they can come with just who they are and where they're at, and they can be a coach, and they can help inspire somebody else by you being real and showing that side of yourself. Set the example for every challenger in your group by you yourself being a superstar challenger. You do everything you're asking them to do. So you post your nutrition, you post your Shakeology and your workouts, you inspire and motivate people, you recognize others' success, you are checking into the group and liking and commenting on their posts, and do whatever you're asking them to do. You be that rock star challenger so that they know what they're supposed to do. And if you've got coaches that you're training in your challenge groups, they know what they're supposed to do. So it just creates this community atmosphere where everybody is in it together. So you be that rock star challenger that you want others to be. And then lastly, with just being a friend, you want to show up in their lives more than just in a challenge group. So send handwritten notes. That seems to be really special to people right now. It's still special to me when I get a note in the mail. It means so much to me because people don't get snail mail much anymore. So take a few minutes and send them a note of encouragement, a thank you note for trusting you to be their coach, for the privilege of working with them and helping them on their journey, of a recipe that they shared in the group that your family totally loves and now it has your kids eating vegetables, just something. But send them a note in the mail. Send them a birthday card, an anniversary card. Send them a note, when they know, they've just had a really rough day. Send them, a message, leave them a voice message, do something to let them know that you're a part of their life, not in and outside of the challenge group. This builds trust with them, really starts to build the true relationship with your clients and customers that you want, right? Okay, we are doing good on time. I'm going to get it in. And then the last part is personal development. So we're talking about getting people results, right? So we're keeping them engaged. We're going to be a friend on the other end. And now we're going to talk about personal development, keeping them or getting them results. And part of that is personal development. We all know that your mindset is so much a part of your physical transformation. So if you have a challenge group and you're so focused on helping people get physical transformations with their nutrition and their fitness, but you are not doing much to engage their mindset to help them think differently, then it's going to be harder for them to maintain results that they get. It's going to be harder for them to get the results that they really want because they're going to be stuck. So make sure that you are addressing that mindset is an important part of reaching your goals. And again, this does two things. Number one, it helps your challengers get results. It really helps them grow and helps them think more long-term. How can this be a lifestyle? And as their mindset is changing, all this, as their mindset is changing, their physical transformation starts to happen. They get excited. That feeds their mindset. So they have a greater belief in themselves and a belief in what we do as coaches, and on it goes. So make sure that personal development is as much a part of your challenge group as is your meal plans that you put in there, your tips on working out, and how much you're wanting people to check in with the group. It needs to be a very natural part of your challenge group. Your challengers then take on a mindset of a coach, right? I didn't start personal development until I became a coach. I didn't know that was something that people were supposed to do. So this starts an activity right now that coaches do all the time. So, and there's so many different ideas, and I'm still trying to tweak exactly what I want to do in my own group this month, but I just know I want to do it. So ideas that were thrown around at my super. You can go through a book with a group of people in your challenge group. So not have the book be the focus, but have the book be a very natural part of your challenge group. You can have a book-focused group. That's actually a really great idea a coach mentioned, and I got to really thinking about this today while I was preparing. If you had a group that was totally based on a personal development book within a challenge group, I'm making sense, the people that are not ready to do the physical fitness part but are really working on the mindset are going to be surrounded by people that are doing the physical fitness part, and then they're going to see that, oh, you know what, maybe I can do this. Or maybe they're going to reach a point because they've been working on their mindset that they're going to be ready to jump in with everybody else with their physical part. So an idea that I had just today, I haven't worked out the kinks yet, but idea that I had was, okay, what if I had, because I got my group set up for the whole year, right? What if I had a group that was going to be focused on personal development, but I ran it right in my challenge group, right in my fitness challenge group? Because then everybody's still, it would still be the same personal development that I'm feeding my challenge group, but the particular people I'm bringing in just for the PD part would be in there for that. And then they would be surrounded by people that are also working on, a healthier lifestyle. So it's an idea. I'm still kind of rolling it around in my head, but I thought, man, that's really cool, because then it could really help to, inspire them to do something else. I think I already said that. I got my notes in front of me. So yeah, personal development will make your groups different than other groups that are out there. We're always looking for ways that we can be better or just good at what we do and set apart, so that, what makes you different than this other, Beachbody coach? Well, I have personal development in my group because I care about the whole person. I want the whole person to be healthy, mind, soul, body, spirit, all of it. So, it can be something that sets you apart from another Beachbody coach. And then in personal development, you want to hold them accountable. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is another aspect of getting results. Hold them accountable. So you've already had that GSR call with them, right? And remember that you asked them, what can I do for you as your coach? How do you need me to support you, and who else is supporting you? You also need to ask your clients and customers permission. You need to ask them permission, when you become quiet in the group, when I see that you haven't posted in a while, do I have permission to remind you, of the goals that you shared with me and why you want to reach those goals? Do I have that permission? Most people are going to say, well, absolutely. You have that okay to then go find them when they fall off and say, hey, Kim, I noticed you haven't been posting in the group lately, and I'm concerned about you. I know how excited you were about reaching your goals this month. I want you to know I'm right here for you. Let's do this. Let's jump back in together. It's not too late. You can jump right back in. I'm right here with you. What can I do to help you get started again? You have that open door because you've already established that right up front. So make sure that you're asking permission to do that. And then if they've given you permission, then by all means, you take it. Don't ever feel bad about reaching out again to somebody. Even if it's over and over and over again, you have that permission, you go. Weekly check-ins we talked about earlier, so make sure you have a time that you're checking in with every challenger in your group at some point. That's your responsibility. Even if you're doing a group with another coach friend of yours, or even if your upline coach is leading the group, you be responsible for the people that you invited into that group. That is your responsibility. Now, the leader will still make sure that they're commenting and liking on posts and stuff, but it really is your responsibility. They are your client, and they have come to you and asked for help. So it's your responsibility that you are communicating with your clients and your customers. So make sure that you've established that with them, okay? We don't want anybody falling off the wagon. Talked about standing appointments already. Make sure that there's a very sure way that you can communicate with them. So you want to know, is it Facebook messaging? Is it text messaging? Is it a phone call? Is it a Zoom call? What is the best way to reach you that I'm sure that my message will come across to you, and they will let you know, and then you communicate with them in that way. Okay. And then I love this, and this goes to the whole longevity of those long-term goals we talked about. So near the end of your challenge group, not the very, very end, I'd say during the last week, you want to go to every person one-on-one, and you want to do like a big follow-up for the month, kind of help them reflect on what they've accomplished so far. And then you want to ask them, okay, what's next? What are you going to do next month? Let's plan out our goals for next month together. And don't let them think that it's done, we're over, I'm not going to work with you anymore. You're just going to come to them assuming that they're going to stay with you for the rest of the year, right? So you're going to come to them and say, okay, February's around the corner. We're going to keep going in this group. So what are your short-term goals for February? And now that you've accomplished what you have in January, what do your long-term goals look like? Do you need to change them? Are they still the same? Do that same type of call with them again, but ask them what's next. Help them find the right program. If they've just finished, they're going to be finishing a program, they've got Beachbody On Demand All Access, they don't know what to do next. So they can come and say, you know what, I've lost some weight and I feel pretty good, but I really feel like I need to tone up some areas. Is there, which program should I do that's really going to tone my midsection? Oh, I can so recommend this one. This is the one that really helped me. Pio totally sucked me in, from the back to the front. I found that was great, especially been lifting weights so much. Maybe you need to, really focus on some flexibility. It'll increase your muscle, strength capacity. You walk through it because you know those programs. So help them already plan the next step. And so they know what's coming next. It's going to be a very natural flow for them, and they're not going to fall off, right? Developing that long-term mindset. And then lastly, think overall, have your clients and customers do coach-like behaviors from the very beginning, all throughout your challenge group. Doing this is going to help them become familiar with what we do as a coach. It's going to help make their transition from customer to coach very simple because they already have been doing those activities. Make sure that you are communicating with them throughout the entire challenge group. And I'm going to say really quickly, because I've got 1 minute, I want to say having a Zoom call helps them know how to do a GSR call with their new coach as a coach. Posting encouragement to challenge groups sets the norm, so they know that they're supposed to encourage people when they become a coach. Checking in with people, they know that, oh, I forgot to mention accountability partners. That's a whole nother topic we could talk about. But we have accountability partners. Every person's paired up in our challenge group this month. Nobody's fallen off. So that's it in a big nutshell.
Yay, good job. I love it. Thank you for all these ideas. I took tons of notes. And I think that's where we're really focusing this year is on our groups, our free groups, our challenge groups. So it's awesome to have new ideas, fresh ideas. I think some of these things I did a long time ago and then kind of get away from.
Yeah.
And some of them are brand new. So thank you for sharing tonight. And thanks for hopping on. If you're watching this recording, make sure you comment, let us know.